everybody, happy Wednesday. Another live Q&A session with Liv. This time we're in my kitchen, as you can see, not in my little upstairs office. We're down here and I am doing a show and tell. Super excited about this one because I like having props to show you. So today, as you saw in the title, I'm showing my 15 healthy food items that keep me on track with staying lean, staying healthy, and keep going and working on my goals. So if you haven't watched any of my other live Q&A episodes where I answer a lot of questions about health and fitness, make sure you watch them. They're all on this page. Just scroll down and make sure you give me some love, thumbs up, some hearts, share with your friends, tag your friends below if this is something that you think might be useful for them. And I'm going to get stuck into it. I'm going to show you the 15 grocery items that I buy every week that I really enjoy eating, and most importantly, as a busy working mum, these things make my life really, really easy. And these food items make it so easy for me to not grab junk food because these things are all super quick, and a lot of them are sort of like snack foods. And also I'm going to show you what I buy so that I can have a really quick lunch on the go as well when I'm in a rush and I don't have time to make myself some poke bowl and acai bowl and all the fancy stuff with quinoa and kale, because most of the time, let's be honest, I don't have time to do that. I'll probably have that if I go out to a cafe with a friend or something like that once in a blue moon. But in all honesty, most of the time it's just a piece of cucumber and a chicken drumstick, okay? And I'm on the go. But I refuse to grab burgers and fast food because I know that that does not line up with my goal. And my goal is obviously to get my body back in shape, pre-baby body, training, getting stronger, getting fitter, but at the same time, food is the most important thing. And you probably heard this saying before, abs are made in the kitchen. So let's get straight into it without further ado. By the way, later on I'm going to get you to comment below and let me know if you prefer this style of Q&A kind of videos over the normal sit down chit chat kind of videos, because usually what I do is I try to answer people's questions, and people have been asking me a lot about quick and easy snacks and lunches and things like that, low fat cheeses and all that sort of stuff. Do I eat dairy? Do I eat carbs? So here it is. Okay, I'm going to start with the savory stuff. One of my go-to snacks is this little mini cucumbers. Of course, you can just buy the normal cucumbers. I know this is plastic. I'm starting to become not a fan of it because it's a lot of plastic. So it just makes it a little bit more convenient than having to chop up. But sometimes I actually grab one big cucumber and throw it in my lunch bag with me if I'm on the go, or just eat it like that without doing anything. Cherry tomatoes is another one. I prefer cherry tomatoes because I know that sometimes I don't have time to cut up normal tomatoes and it's too much mucking around. But with cherry tomatoes or these small size type tomatoes, I know that I'm just gonna throw some on my plate because it's just easy. So I'm showing you stuff that is convenient, easy and fast, okay? Berries, always some kind of berries. So at the moment strawberries are on sale. I always look at what's on special. If it's blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, whatever it is. Sometimes I'll buy a combination. I always buy 2 or 3 punnets of whatever is in season at the moment. And of course all other fruit, but I love berries because they're so much lower in sugar, so high in antioxidants and vitamin C and all that sort of stuff. So okay, these things are probably no surprise for you, fruit and veggies, of course they're healthy. Another one of my favorites lately I've been getting is cos lettuce, okay? This one is a baby cos lettuce. And it's not, I don't only use it for salads. I've been using it as my burger. So breadless burgers I've been making with this cos lettuce because the leaves are nice and flat. And I've been putting a nice turkey patty in the middle or even a beef patty in the middle, load it up even with a bit of cheese because I don't, if I'm doing a lower carb type of thing, then I'm going to up my fats a little bit. So I'm going to put some avocado, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese in it, some nice sauce. Sometimes if I have time, I'm going to roast some onions and things like that, or roast some veggies as well. But usually it's just something nice and simple. So cos lettuce is great. It's nice in salads, but it's also nice as your little sandwich things. And I've been getting into that a lot lately. It's been a great low carb alternative. Now, having said that, I am not on a low carb diet, okay? I just tend to go a little bit more towards a lower carb kind of thing, higher protein, a little bit higher in good fats on my easier, lighter days, and then I up my carbohydrates a little bit more on my heavy training days. So on my leg day, for example, at the gym, I'm going to eat around the gym time, I'm going to eat things like quinoa, sweet potato, I'm going to have oats for breakfast that morning. So I do eat carbs, but I try to eat more of my carbs around on the day of my training. So that's kind of like a structure, sort of you can say carb cycling, which I spoke about it before. I'm probably going to do another video on it where I go a little bit more in detail about this, okay? All right, let's move on to, oh yes, avocado is another one. It's a must because this is my butter. This is I love making guacamole if I have time with it, or just put it on everything. Wherever you normally would put some sort of butter or something to make it creamy, avocado is how I achieve that. Eggs, absolute must. So easy, so simple. If you want something really quick to grab on the go, boil a few eggs, have them ready for you for the next day. Or sometimes at dinner time, if I am by myself at home and my husband's out with my daughter at my parents-in-law, and I'm just sort of trying to work through and I don't want to stop and spend too much time on preparing dinner for myself, I just make a quick omelette for dinner. So eggs is like my go-to whenever I don't have time or I can't be bothered or I don't have to cook for anybody else, just me. Even a quick lunch, I just make an omelette or scrambled eggs or whatever because it's a good source of protein. And lately I also found free-range egg whites, liquid egg whites. Before they never had the free-range ones. Now they do. They're a little bit expensive, so I only buy them every now and then. I don't have them on me at the moment. But if I want to sort of have like one whole egg and maybe add some egg whites into it as well. Otherwise, just eat the whole eggs. It's fine. Look, it's all right. Let's move on to the dips and dairies and cheeses. So obviously not everyone can tolerate dairy very well. I'm very lucky I'm okay with dairy, thank goodness, because I would die without dairy. Yogurt, of course, is my go-to. This one is from Aldi, and I always, sorry, I've got the, how do these vloggers do? They kind of do this sort of thing to make it focus. My problem is not a focus. I've got a backlight right behind the camera, so it's a bit reflective. Sorry. This is just organic yogurt, natural. I don't buy stuff that's sweetened or anything like that. If I want, I just add some strawberries into this. This is from Aldi. I love this brand because it's organic, but it's actually not super expensive like Woolworths and Coles organic brands. Cottage cheese. Absolute must for me. Because sometimes if you're in a hurry and you really need a little bit of that good natural protein, this is my go-to. This is from Aldi, but you can find cottage cheese anywhere. Yes, you can go for low-fat cottage cheese. I personally just go for normal cottage cheese. Feta is my absolute, pretty much almost every week I'll buy feta because I find that feta gives flavor to just about anything. If you're making your eggs, feta is gonna make your eggs taste amazing. If you're making a salad, feta is gonna give your salad a makeover. Any kind of salad, really. If you just crumb your feta and sprinkle it on something. Lately, one of my favorites have been whatever it is I'm making, I sprinkle it with some chopped spring onion and some crumbed feta. And it just like, whatever it is, even if it's just steamed broccoli and it's so boring, if I put those two things on top, it just makes it so good. Okay, so that's been my latest favorite. But feta I buy a lot. I don't use it a lot because, like, I don't use a lot of it because it is a high in fat product. It's got 25% fat. But again, because I'm not doing so much carbs most of the days, I allow myself a bit of fat. That's just me. And I found this really, really good dip at Aldi. If you shop at Aldi, this stuff is really good. It's baby beetroot, but it's got feta and horseradish in it. It's a dip. Give it a try if you shop at Aldi. I don't know what it is. It's the horseradish and the feta in it. Again, feta. But it's absolutely amazing in my opinion if you like beetroot. So I normally have that on Cruskits or rice cakes. I don't have any Cruskits because I finished them all. So sometimes it's like my mid-morning or afternoon snack. Afternoon, usually between lunch and dinner, if I'm feeling a bit peckish, I'll have a Crusket. Or a rice cake, just a plain one of those round rice cakes with this. Okay, or a couple of rice cakes actually. So I usually buy some sort of a dip, but it's not going to be like, it's going to be the yogurt based tzatziki, beetroot, hummus. I make homemade guacamole sometimes if I have time. So it's going to be dips that are like on the healthier side, but I find dips kind of, eggplant dips is another good one, eggplant dip. It just gets me through that afternoon kind of like, oh, I don't think I'm going to make it to dinner. I need something. So this is a lifesaver. Okay. Let me say hello to people who's tuning in. Hey Magdalena. Hey Giovanna. Hey Shell Bell, Victoria. Nice to see you girls. Shell Bell, feta is Malakai's favorite. Yes, I know. Feta is life, right? Halloumi and feta. Comment below. Give me thumbs up if you are halloumi and a feta addict. Because I am. Baba ganoush. Yes, I love baba ganoush. The eggplant dip. It's so good. Hi, Giovanna. I know. Eggplant, feta. I must be Greek. No, I'm actually Russian, for those of you who don't know. Now, this one I don't buy all the time, but some of you ladies have been asking me on a low-fat option of cheese that can be spreaded into a wrap. Giovanna, you were asking me about that, and I think Marina was following up. Look, this is probably not the most healthiest, best quality cheese in the world. However, this is probably the lightest. Woolies got that other one that's very similar to it as well. It's your cheese triangles. So it's kids' cheese basically. But it is only 27 calories per triangle. So if you want a low-fat cheese that you can spread, give it a try. I just eat it by itself. I don't spread it on anything, but it's a good alternative. So the light option is a good alternative to cream cheese and things like that. So yeah, sometimes I buy this, not every week, but occasionally I go for this. I don't mind it. I know some of you are going to be like, this is not real cheese, Liv. Fine. Fine. Don't be a cheese snob now. Okay, let's move on to, oh, I forgot there is some lunch stuff that I wanted to show you. Okay, I rotate between 4 things for my lunches, which makes it very, very easy for me. Sometimes I just buy some chicken drumsticks. I usually remove the skin. I put spices and herbs and spice the hell out of it with chili, paprika. By the way, whilst I'm on it, these are my absolute lifesavers. Garlic powder, not garlic salt, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, smoked paprika, chili, pink Himalayan salt. These things are just my absolute go-to when it comes to flavoring my food, because I don't need to add any extra oil or sauces or things that are rich and heavy, and a lot of sauces and marinades have a lot of sugar in them and sodium, so I just go for those things, and that's how I flavor my chicken. I put lots of it on and I just bake it in the oven, and then I have that sitting in a plastic container in my fridge ready to go. When I'm in a hurry, I literally grab a couple of cold chicken drumsticks, maybe a few of the veggies, maybe just put a bit of like hummus on it or something like that, and it's quick and easy lunch for me to grab when I don't have time to cook anything. So some weeks I will do that, and maybe if I'm getting chicken, I will also have some smoked salmon on hand, because that's another really good option. This, I always buy this packet on, when I see it on special. I'm very excited because smoked salmon is bloody expensive. But I do love it, and I don't buy it every single week, but I buy it every now and then. My other two options is I get turkey breast slices from the deli at Woolies or Coles. I really like it, and again, it's a really good quick lunch that you can throw it in a wrap, or you can throw it in between the two pieces of cos lettuce, add a whole bunch of other veggies and avocado and stuff like that, a bit of cheese, and it's good to go. And one more option is, I sometimes, if I have time, I make turkey rissoles, turkey mince. So I buy turkey mince and I make rissoles. Again, add all those herbs and spices into it, so I don't have to chop any garlic or onion. If I want to be really quick, I add an egg into it, and I add a bit of oatmeal to just make it juicy and soft. So, however, sometimes if I know I've got a busy week ahead and I'm probably not even going to make those rissoles for myself, I might just buy pre-made rissoles. Woolies, I believe, has some turkey rissoles. I don't have it on me today, and I grab those every now and then. Okay, so I prefer homemade ones, of course, but if I'm in a super hurry, I get those. So I have those 4 things on rotation that I buy: smoked salmon, chicken drumsticks, turkey breast slices from the deli, and turkey rissoles, okay? Or I make beef rissoles even, or something like that. So something that I have cold and something that I can eat cold in the fridge, okay? I don't mind cold rissoles, but you can always warm it up really easily. So these are my main lunch options, along with some veggies on the side, a bit of dip on the side. So I make like a little platter and I just put everything in. A lot of the times that's what I have for lunch, really, because it's just quick, and I don't have to spend, I hate wasting too much time on preparing lunch for me. I don't have that kind of time, okay? All right, let's move on to one other item, sort of like, I wouldn't call it dessert, but almond milk. I prefer the taste of it, and I find that you get more bang for the calories than you do normal milk. Nothing wrong with having normal milk. I just like the fact that unsweetened almond milk, this one's from Aldi, but I like this taste. It just has a lot less calories than normal milk, that's all. So if I want to have, and I like my coffee, I'll tell you the size of my coffee is, it's like, where's my massive mug? It's literally like this, okay, in the morning, because I like to drink a big, long coffee, and I like milk in my coffee. So if I put like a 250 ml of normal milk in my coffee, and then I have another one later on down the track, it's like so many calories just from the milk. Almond milk is only 40 calories for the whole cup. So if I have 1 cup of almond milk per day and spread out into 2 coffees, if I have 2 coffees a day, this is sort of like more bang for your buck kind of thing, you know what I mean? So almond milk is, I always have it. That's what I have in my coffee. Stevia is my go-to sweetener, natural organic stevia. I'm going to talk to you about stevia a little bit more in detail in another video, because I want to sort of explain the whole thing about artificial sweeteners separately. Now, just one thing I want to note, that stevia is a natural sweetener. It's not an artificial sweetener. However, in order for it to become tasty and delicious and white, it does go through a process that actually makes it white, because stevia in nature comes green. So from green going to white, it goes through a process. So it's not the most healthiest natural thing, but I only have 2 coffees a day, so if I have 2 teaspoons a day of this, I'll still choose that over sugar any day. So stevia and almond milk allows me to have my coffees. I do occasionally have a decaf if I've had too many normal coffees a day, because I try to limit my coffee intake to 2 a day. But it's actually my go-to with coffee. Like a large almond latte sometimes is a lifesaver when I don't really want to eat anything, because I know I've already had lunch and I'm planning on having a pretty decent dinner. So I just like, you know what, let me just have a coffee to get me through that hunger wave. Sometimes I do that. Okay. Hey Lauren. Hey Lauren, Terry, thanks for tuning in, guys. Pass on the crumb sticks, all yours. Oh, the drumsticks you mean? Oh yeah, drumsticks. Here you go. How good are they? So convenient. And last but not least, okay guys, I don't consider it as a health food, but I consider it as a convenience food for people who are in a hurry, and those are protein bars or sugar-free bars. Again, it's a processed food. You know, of course, fruit and natural things and whole foods are always the best way, but I do occasionally, when I have a sweet craving or I'm in a super rush and I literally don't have any time to grab anything else, I do have a few go-to protein bars that I'm going to show you. Actually, only one of them is a protein bar. The other 2 are just sugar-free little chocolates. But sometimes we need that sweet treat. Musashi. You've probably heard of this brand, Musashi. Sorry guys if it's a bit too reflective. So I found this protein wafer not long ago, which has 11 grams of protein in it, which isn't a huge amount. It's not like your protein shake or anything, or chicken breast, but still it's pretty decent. And it's got, most important thing is it's pretty low in carb. It's 210 calories, so you know, it's still got some calories in it from fat. And it's actually it's got only 4 grams of sugar in it. Sorry guys, I've got a frog in my throat now. Give me 1 sec. Oh, don't you love it when you're like doing a live chat and all of a sudden you can't talk? Okay, I'm glad I'm at the end of it. I've only got 2 more things to show you. So this tastes really good. It reminds me of Tim Tam, but I actually think it's better because it's not as sweet as Tim Tam's. Oh, what is going on? Just talking too much, you know, fast too much. This is my other one. My best friend and I call it the Snickers bar. And this is by Atkins, okay? Low sugar treat. It's not really a protein bar. It's only got 1 gram of sugar. It's 140 calories per serve. It's not super high in protein, but it's got 5 grams of protein. But this is not so much for a protein boost. This is just my every now and then treat, okay? In moderation. And there is one more that I like, and this is called Avo by Aussie Bodies. Again, this is just a treat, although they do say it's a protein bar. It's only got 3.2 grams of carbs, which is a little bit more than this one, the Atkins one, and a little bit less than the Musashi one. Avo protein bar, it has 119 calories, 9.6 grams of protein, fair enough, almost as much as Musashi, 4.7 grams of fat, and 1.6 grams of sugar, 3.2 grams of carbs. So these are my little like sweet tooth kind of curb the sweet tooth craving. Now I know that some of you might say, why don't you just have a normal Snickers or a normal Tim Tam? It's just the problem with those things is, first of all, I don't actually like them. I prefer the taste of these things because real Tim Tams, real Snickers and real Mars bars, if you're not used to eating sweets a lot, they're so insanely sweet. Sometimes they actually hurt my throat afterwards. I don't know why they put so much sugar in those things. I don't enjoy them that much because they're insanely sweet. So I prefer these. And the other thing is, both are processed. Both are not super healthy for you, but one is super high in carbs and sugar and calories, and the other one, not so much. So I'm going to choose the less evil of the two, okay? Just keep in mind that this is not something that you should be eating a lot of. I'm going to confess, sometimes I go to these guys a little bit too frequently, especially when I see them on special. They are my go-to because a lot of you guys have been asking me, what are your go-to protein bars? So these are my sort of go-to little chocolate treats / protein bars that I like because they are lower in carbs and a little bit low, probably some of the lowest in calories out there. Okay, I think that's it. I think I've covered everything for today, and I even showed you my herbs and spices collection. Well, actually, I've got some more stuff in that. Sometimes I buy fresh herbs as well, but this is my go-to dry stuff because, look, sometimes, let me know if you're one of those people who's just like, can I just prepare this meal as quickly as I possibly can because I'm in a rush and I don't have time? What are the good shortcuts I can take that actually still taste good? Let me know if you're that person, please, because I'm definitely all about saving that time when it comes to food. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this live show and tell in my kitchen, and if you want to see more of this, hold on a second. My husband's showing me a note saying, you didn't answer all of the questions that are people asking. Hang on, I'm getting through it. He's got a good point. Where is the Snickers from? Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, I nearly turned you off. Snickers, oh, okay. The Atkins bar, this is from the health section at Woolies. I think Coles has it as well, but I get it from Woolies. Woolies is my local. So is the Avo bar, and so is the Musashi. They're all from that health section. Good question, actually, Shell. Thank you for asking that, because I know other people will ask the same. Atkins choc chip one is yummy. Choc chip. Haven't tried that. I'm going to give that a go, or maybe I have just forgotten about it. I've tried quite a few of them, actually. Hey, Elvis. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Shell, where do you get them? Yeah, so Coles or Woolies. Supermarket. I don't go to any special places to get those, because who's got time for that? Thank you. Looks so good. We'll definitely get my hands on them. Yes, don't go too crazy, okay? Just eat your strawberries sometimes. I know people get excited as soon as I show them protein bars. P.S. Are they on special at Coles? Oh, they're on special at Coles. The Atkins ones or the Musashi ones? The Musashi, they had half price on them, and I went and I bought like 20. Okay, 10 of them was for my friend. Got a bit crazy. I was like, they have price. So I just filled my basket with it. Just remember, guys, this is not healthy. This is still a little treat. Please do not think that this is like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Thanks for all the info. You're very welcome, Shell. Giovanna Atkins. Atkins are on special. Okay, I'm going to calls now. Thanks for letting me know. No, don't get me started. I get carried away with those things sometimes. I need to stop. Blagitsa, hello. Thanks for tuning in. All right, guys. I think I've answered all the questions. Let me just quickly scroll through again before my husband puts a little note in front of me and going, you've missed some questions. He's so good. He's a good spot. He's helping me out. Make sure I don't miss. Baba Ganoush, Feta, hello, Yum, yes, Atkins. Okay, I think I've answered all the questions. And let me know if you like this sort of live Q&A, show and tell. I'm going to come up with something else. Maybe I'm going to do my favorite protein powders and protein bars and some other stuff. So I've done lots of snacks and cooking videos before, pre-recorded ones, but I wasn't going live with them, and I think live ones are always watched a lot more for some reason. I think people get notifications that I'm coming on live. So I'm going to do more live stuff. Maybe I need to do some exercise, show and tell things for you as well, rather than just talking in my little office upstairs. All right, guys, I'll leave you on that note. Have an awesome night. Giovanna, yes, protein powders. Yes, I will do that for you because I've had a lot of people asking me about it. I am going to write down all the different protein powders and yeah, I'll do that for you. And any other supplements as well that people ask me about and whether you actually really need them or not. That's the other thing. Vitamins and supplements. Yes, Shell, that's it. I will do that. I'll do that. Vitamins and supplements. This is more of a nutritionist question though when it comes to vitamins especially. I personally don't take a lot of vitamins. I try to get it from my food, from natural food. In a nutshell, I believe that you should only take the vitamins that you're deficient in. So if you have low iron, then take some iron subs. That's the only subs that I was taking for a while around childbirth and breastfeeding because mine was low. Otherwise, I don't believe in taking a lot of vitamins. Just have lots of food, fruit and veggies, and protein, and you will be sweet. But I will give you some things in terms of pre-workouts, protein powders, BCAAs, all that sort of stuff. I will chat about that. I'll do a separate session. Okay, guys. Thank you for tuning in again. Good to see you in my kitchen, and I shall see you next Wednesday. What's your rissoles recipe? I'm going to post it for you, Giovanna. It's very simple. It's with those herbs and spices that I showed you, so that it's very easy. But I'm going to put the proper recipe for you. Just remind me to do that. I might forget. No, I'll make a note now to do that. Okay, guys. See you. Good night. Time for bed.